Ah, good. You're in London. How's the situation over there? It's getting better, no?
It's getting better. I have a few things
Mm-hmm.
to tell you. Shanghai was the very first fashion week that went live digitally. Then it was followed by Moscow and then London just a few days back from now. And I was just wondering, did you, from you being in a position where you normally, see the clothes, you see them moving, you put them on the model, how things have changed in these months in this respect?
Well, to be honest, let's say I don't like it.
Fair enough.
It's definitely as what I said. First of all, I'm like a very old school person, especially when it comes to like high technology. I'm not like very good at this, but also because let's say okay, if it is like accessories, I think it's okay. It's not the most like ideal scenario, but it's okay. But when it comes to like say ready to wear, it definitely brings us trouble.
Yeah.
Let's say we already started since let's say 2 weeks ago ordering things like through line sheet or through the digital platform. The feeling is really like it's just like you personal order something from Farfetch or Net-a-Porter.
Yeah.
For example, if you're not 100% sure, of course you won't buy it. So by the end of the day, you won't go bold, meaning like you just be very conservative doing the selection because you don't know what is the things that you're looking at, right? Even though like some of the, the brands is like offering like the 360-degree or whatever, but it's not the same. You can't touch the fabric. And you can't see the fittings, sometimes most important, some of the item you need to try it by yourself. But this is like things is missing.
Right.
So simply speaking, what we are doing, for example, let's just at least like for spring summer 21, first of all, we are not taking any new brands because taking new brands is really about like a face-to-face conversation. You really see the fitting, you understand the concept, whatever. So secondly is like we're going to do more conservative selection, meaning commercial.
Yeah.
So I think for now it's still okay because it's just the pre-collection for women, for example. But I don't know how it works that when it comes to runway collection, because runway is all about like the freshness, like the fashion forward things. But under the circumstance, I don't see that happen. So probably in general, like the entire spring summer 21 is going to be very conservative, let's say.
I mean, it means a lot from you as well because China overall is always a step forward with digital. You know what I mean? And then if you telling us and if you telling me, actually, we still need that experience element in person. I mean, it means quite something, because. And for sure, I mean, the fashion, the main collections are normally. As you said, more directional. So it will be definitely more difficult to just have that that full experience. So you think that anyway, going forward, you truly hope for that to be still a sort of balance between what's digital and what's you're still looking forward to come back to Paris or Milan and so on. Is that
yes? See in a showroom, like see the samples. I think that's the very important. Okay, before like we have always had like a discussion about if AI, for example, is gonna replace replace all the buying things. Okay, at that moment it was like I think that like before the virus, people already started to have the conversation.
Yeah.
Okay, but you don't have the feeling, right? You're always like, oh, you're not sure. Probably AI eventually is gonna replace the like the real buying, like the business trip. But when you're really facing this problem, you realize it's definitely something that you cannot be replaced. Like the offline things, it definitely cannot be replaced. Okay, if you go up for shopping online, for example, you still have reserved the right that you can return the merchandise. But we're talking about like like huge budgets without any chances to return it, right? So definitely like we had a lot of like pressure as well. So yeah, okay, let's say some of the brand, they send us like the fabric swatches, just like us to have like a little touch of like what is the like the fabric really really feels like, but still it's not the same. It's not the same. Yeah.
So then, for instance, going to that, you know, if there is lots of emerging designers in particular, they're getting to, you know, plan their September main collections. And when it comes to showrooms and assets, if we will still be working digitally, which is most likely to happen, from your hand, what would be the suggestion you will be giving them? You know, to I understand swatches, although it's not necessarily, you know, the is not ideal, but I guess the swatches will be good for you guys to review. Anything on any other tips? Obviously, I guess the good pictures.
Yeah, I rather look at pictures, yes, of course, but still, I to be honest, like, because I think sometimes maybe if you have like some video things, that'd be much better than, you know, just the images. So at least you can, you know, have like something 3D, something moving, rather than just like the images. That would be very, very helpful. And I don't know, like, because basically nowadays, like, everybody is like using different platform. But I think the most advanced, or like the best platform I've ever seen is the one that you have like 360 degree.
Yeah.
And each of the sample is sampleized. For example, I know like if you're in a showroom, sometimes, okay, I have one sample in this color, but I can show you the, like, let's say the color swatches. Okay, when you're in the offline showroom, it's okay. Yeah. But when it comes to online, because you already have like a different, you know, like the color on your screen is different from someone else, and it's probably different from the real sample. So it's definitely better that you can have I don't know how it works, but I mean, ideally, I would like to have like everything sampleized.
For sure. Yeah. Because also, like, for instance, what we're going through at the moment, that we will have lots of videos, and as you're saying, with the 360 option as well. One thing that is not always possible is to put together, you know, garments that you like to see. Because obviously that's something that we'll have to do. You know, if there is a certain shirt or you want to see with a certain pen, and it's not in our photos, then or videos, then it's still something that we'll need to do on Microsoft Teams, which is the system that we're using. I mean, anyway, on the video call. Yeah,
definitely. What we are doing with all the brands now is, like, firstly they send us like all the line sheets, all the material they have, and then afterwards we're gonna do a pre-selection of what we want, or like what is the things that we really want to see during the video, let's say. And then afterwards we just say, okay, before the video call, we say, okay, I want to see the sample of this, instead of, you know, I know like some of the buyer people, they prefer like go through every single garment, but I mean, then you got lost because you're not seeing, you know, you don't have the overview of the whole showroom. In that case, I think it's better like we have like already like a pre-selection, and then afterwards just like very straightforward of what we want to see. Or some of them, for example, they also have like a model. I just say, okay, I just want to see this items. It's on the model. So I think that's the only way to do it. China at this moment is the one like recovering the fastest, but now let's say we are actually working on reorders, because first of all, because we cut the budget of 420 by, let's say, 4 months ago, so basically we didn't buy enough, and also because of the delay of the shipment crossing 90% of the brands, like 1 or 2 months delay. So we do see like if the sales trend going on like what is going on now, we're definitely going to have like an inventory gap, let's say September, October, something like this. So that's why we're doing our best to do some reorders.
Yeah, and that's amazing. And I think I would love to end it there on a very positive note for everyone who's listening. Because, you know, I like hearing that you're making reorders for, you know, for later on the year. I think it's a very positive note to end it with. I would love to keep talking with you, but with just a short amount of time. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
It's always a big pleasure. I truly hope that I will be able to see you soon. Let's see.
Yes, definitely. My name is Aliyah from Galeries Lafayette. This was my retailers interview.